All right, how's everyone? It's Sunday. Bob's back. Biker News Canada. I got some news stories I found on the web while I was doing a little bit of looking around this afternoon. They're not Canadian stories, unfortunately, but they're stories. So, what the hell? I figured I wanted to do a video today. I'm gonna do the YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok videos all at the same time. So let's start with our first story, shall we? We got bike. This is from the BocaNewsNow.com. So, biker shoots himself on the turnpike in Boca Raton after a 100-mile-an-hour crash. Whew, that sounds like a. So there's a story of a bike smacked up on the side of the road. He crashes in a car, shoots himself in the head, turnpike shut for hours. What's that? The only thing that they got out of it is that as a disruption of traffic? What about the dude? So the motorcycle was seen yards away from the man who allegedly shot himself after crashing in a vehicle on the Florida Turnpike near Glades Road in Boca Raton Wednesday night. Crazy. A man on a motorcycle killed himself Wednesday night when witnesses say he was speeding at more than 100 miles an hour on the Florida Turnpike, slammed into another vehicle near Glades Road, then popped himself in the head. The horrific events played out around 8 p.m. when the biker slammed into a car, which we circled in red. Okay. The image below. Shortly after the incident, we didn't know the time. We didn't know at the time the motorcyclist survived, but survived the crash, but took his own life moments later. The incident led to multi-hour shutdown of the turnpike. Florida Highway Patrol, which continues to investigate the incident, provided these details Thursday morning. The subject was traveling on a motorcycle southbound at a high rate of speeding when he collided with the rear of a Honda SUV. Witnesses estimate the subject was traveling excess of 100 miles an hour. After the collision, the subject stood up and was offered assistance, which he declined and stated he was okay. Once the witness turned to walk away, he heard a large bang and turned around, seeing that the subject had popped himself in the head. The subject fell to the ground unresponsive, pronounced deceased. Next of kin notification was completed to the parents. Wow. The Florida Turnpike southbound was reopened around 11 p.m. Wednesday. Witnesses providing images and tips to the BocaNewsNow.com believe that the crash led to the fatality, not the gunshot. The victim's body was seen uncovered for several minutes before the rescuers arrived on scene. Ay, ay, ay. So that's something that happened in Florida. Poor dude. Nobody knows why or how or who or anything like that yet, but that's a weird story. And condolences, I suppose, to his family are in order. In Florida, you guys got to get ready. You got another hurricane coming next week, too. Bummer time to live in Florida, it looks like. Okay, let's see what else I found out there for some. All right, we got another crazy one here coming from New Zealand this time. A guy on a dirt bike spotted near police station with lit incendiary device. Next, going on down there with that, police are appealing for the public's help after a dirt bike rider was spotted outside Gisborne police station with a lit incendiary device early this morning. Happened about 4:50 a.m. A police unit was leaving the station and observed a dirt bike sitting outside the station. The rider was holding a lit incendiary device. Upon seeing the police unit, the rider dropped the device and fled on the dirt bike. Efforts to locate the bike and rider have not been successful. There was no damage to the property and there were no injuries, the spokesperson added. The item has been examined and our inquiries are ongoing. Police would like to hear from anyone, of course they would, who may have seen a larger white dirt bike, possibly with yellow trim, in the vicinity of Gladstone Road in Custom House Street early this morning. Or who might have any information about the incident or who was involved. Crazy. That's a weird story. So that's story number 2. And that one, like you say, that's out of New Zealand. God knows if he was trying to chuck a Molotov or something at the police station. They tried that one time in Sudbury, allegedly. Some guys got charged with trying to blow up the Sudbury police station once, and I don't believe it ended well for them guys. But anyway, there's story number 2. Let's see what else I found. All right, I think this story is, if I'm not mistaken, it's coming out of England, Manchester Evening News. And this is quite a weird story. You can tell from the headline, cocaine-fueled Mercedes driver left biker with life-changing injuries after horror crash. So here's a poor dude who got charged. At least he's not the poor guy who was on the bike. A driver who plowed into a motorbike rider and left him with life-changing injuries has been jailed. Craig Pryor, 46, was trying to overtake another vehicle in his gray Mercedes C350 when the crash happened about 9:20 on May 26, 2023, so about a year ago, on Wainwick Lane in Warrington. The motorbike rider, a 42-year-old man from Woolston, suffered such serious injuries that he still needs treatment more than 18 months after the crash. Following the chase, a senior police officer described the impact on the biker as tremendous, both psychologically and physically. Pryor was found byproducts of cocaine and cannabis use in his system after the crash. He was arrested and charged with drug driving and causing serious injury by dangerous driving. He initially pled not guilty, but later changed his plea to guilty just for the trial was due to begin. And, well, we got 4 years. Oh, that's a lot, actually. But, hey, that's what happens. You can't bang into guys on their bikes, man. But anyways, he got 4 years, and he can't drive for 6. And after 6, he has to do some extended driving test. So when you get behind the wheel, one of the police inspectors, his quote is, "When you get behind the wheel of a vehicle, you're in control of a powerful machine, easily capable of causing serious injury or even death." Pryor completely ignored this, not abiding by the rules of the road or considering the safety of others, ultimately colliding with a vulnerable road user who had been traveling on the same stretch of road. The victim has suffered tremendously, both psychologically and physically, as a result of Pryor's reckless choices. I welcome the sentence handed to Pryor, and I hope he truly considers how his actions have permanently changed the victim's life. And I also hope this case can serve as a reminder to the long-lasting impact of dangerous driving, deterring others from the same fate. Whew. Well, anyway, like I say, can't be doing that, bashing into people on their motorcycles with your car. It's just not cool. All right, I think I got one more quick one. So let me have a look for it. It's on Fox News. It caught my eye from September 14. An Alabama man who co-founded a biker, they call it the G World club, called the 7 Deadly Sins, has been convicted of gunning down 7 people, some of whom were members of the club, and a dog. Frederick Alec Rogers, 26, admitting to killing the 4 men among the 7 victims. Jurors recommended a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole Wednesday after 3 hours. Wow. So he went nuts, shot up 7 people, some of them from his club. Now, something like that's happened around in Ontario a bunch of years back. They found a whole big pile of poor guys that have been shot up, killed, all from somebody within their own club. So, there it is. I don't know what to say. It's usually a good life being in a motorcycle club, but there's some dangerous dudes out there who might see it in a whole different light than how you see it and could have a bad outcome. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that one out there. And he shot the dog too. Like, what the hell? And 4 of them were men. One of them was just a 17-year-old girl. So I don't know what went off in his head, but yeah, he's been convicted of it anyways. way down there. Where the hell was that again? In Alabama. So, no word yet on whether the Seven Deadly Sins is still a functioning motorcycle club. But anyways, that story caught my eye because, like I say, something like that happened down in my part of southwestern Ontario. It was over 20 years ago. But yeah, it was one guy from the club, and then there was all of a sudden 8 guys from the same club that weren't around anymore, and it wasn't. I knew them guys. They were nice guys. They were good guys. But anyways, sometimes the internal stuff of being in a motorcycle club could actually be life threatening. So that's what we got for today. Some biker news out of, where do we go? England, Florida, Alabama, and New Zealand. So we covered a few stories there. That's what I got for today. Thank you for watching. As always, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. If you would, I would love it. And also, what else? I'll be back earlier in the week with some updates of the events that happened in Canada this weekend. I've already seen a few updates out there and I've saved them up. So we got another show coming your way in a day or two. All right. Thank you again for watching my videos. And as always, respect.